welcome to my channel. This is my Dare to Win save with Blackburn Rovers, currently in the Premiership, or maybe I should say still in the Premiership. We're safe from relegation at last. What can I say? It was meant to be a season of finishing around about here, and it's turned into a nightmare season. It really has. So since you were last with us, we haven't been that great. Even with the new tactic, it's just not. So you were with us for the FA Cup. Southampton 1-0, and we lost 2-1 to Villa in the FA Cup. Absolutely robbed we were. We then played Newcastle 4-4. What a game. What an absolute game. They went one up. Then we turned on the Jazz, and before you knew it, they scored in the 13th. As soon as they scored, we were a different team. It was just like watching Brazil. I'll tell you that for nothing. We were absolutely awesome for 20 minutes till half time. It was till about 30 minutes. We got 3-1 up. They immediately then come back 3-2, 3-3. Then they went 4-3 up, and we thought up. And again, absolutely fantastic move, 4-4. And I was gutted because we should have won that game. So at this stage, we still wasn't safe. Leicester away. That was a tough game. I got to be honest, it was a tough game. We probably were lucky to come away 0-0. And then, of course, this one, we turned up. Right from the off, we were up for it. We played amazing the entire game. We really did. We played Tottenham off the field. And when you think Tottenham are at the top end of the table, although they have gone off in recent weeks, okay. So ideally, we were going to be back for the FA Cup final. Obviously, we don't have that. So we're away at Middlesbrough today and then home against Chelsea. So I'm not going to hang around too much because we're going to have to try and get the injuries. As you can see, they're still coming thick and fast. I've never, ever have I seen anything like it. Look at this: 5 months, 3 months, 7 weeks, 6 weeks. I've lost players for, and the one who's just gone out now, Victorino, he's out for between 8 days, 2 weeks. Lucas Furlong-Dorton's just gone down with knee ligaments, so he's out 6 days, 2 weeks. And then Ben Allingham, couple of days ago, he's gone out for 2 to 5 weeks with a calf strain. So again, we're struggling with our team. So we're going to go straight through to team selection. So this gives Anguissola as well got took off after half an hour in the one game. He passed to their striker on the 6-yard box and he tapped it into an empty goal. And then darn me if we didn't take a free kick, tap it back to him, and he just stood there with the ball at his feet and let the striker come in and take it off him. So 27 minutes in, substitution. We don't put up with that in our team, and that's pretty much it. I don't think there's any changes to make. This is a team that has been playing pretty darn well, so we're going to keep it as it is. And I didn't do the team sheet, did I? So it's ikoliks in goal, Ellison, Bitshiabu, Anguissola and Kolj. Across the back, Anguissola is a late replacement for the injured. Can't remember his name. Hansen, Teklik, Picardo midfield, Trifkovic, Menino and Ruiz. So that's a team. It's Middlesbrough. They're bottom. I think they're bottom. If we play like we did against Tottenham, Middlesbrough are in trouble. They really are. So let's hope you finally get to see what this team is capable of. Oh, another injury. I just don't believe our luck. I really don't. It's getting beyond a joke. It really is. He's been out nearly half the season anyway with a broken leg, and that's what we've been battling with all season. So we started this season with plenty of cover, plenty of hope, and they go Ruiz. Oh, plenty of cover, plenty of hope. He was offside, was he? It looks that way. Yeah. We had cover in all the attacking positions, all the midfield positions, and not once have we had 6 fit players. Well, we've had the starting 6 for up front and that, but we've had no rotational options hardly at all, with one injury after another. And it's weekly. It's every week somebody else is going out. I know somebody's coming back, but almost immediately another player goes out injured, and oh no, Menino's injured. Oh, that was close. I've checked with in the medical centre, checked that the training's not having an effect, and they're saying there's should have no effect on increased injuries or anything. And it actually says we're like, oh, how did he save that? But you can see we got a bit of zip about us in the box now. Yeah, and chief physio said that none of the training uh, would cause any injuries. So, bitchy Abu straight over. But yeah, this is a promising start. They are in the game, but that's a bit of a worry with this tactic. I do seem to be giving up a bit of possession. Maybe I'll have to have a look at that, because I do like to have all of the possession. I'm a strong believer in if you've got the ball, they can't score. So the more we have the ball, the less opportunities they get. And this is a worry. They've got in behind, but Bitshiabu's covered nicely there. It's played out to Menino. He's only amber. We'll leave that for now. After this, I will have a look just in case. That's a worry. That's a worry, and that's 1-0 down. I've got to stop inviting you guys to watch these games. I've got to be honest. That's disappointing. We started so well and looked really up for it. And I know we're away and it's always a little bit harder. But Angrisola, no jump. He's centre half. And he is a tall centre half. I don't buy short ass centre halves. I just don't. So I've just got to check how he is here. Potential fit injury. He wants to stay on, but injury has affected him. So he's coming off. So now I have to be careful, because this is 2 of our stoppages out of the 3. So the next one has to be... You watch, we get another injury now before half time, and that's really going to muddle me up. So I do worry about Angrisola. He was a big signing. He was meant to make a difference at the back 4, and he has. He's made a difference in that he makes 2 or 3 mistakes every single game. And that's a cracking ball in. How did he get his hands onto that? Bitshiabu out wide to Kokoj. Come on, my boy. Number 6 in that. And that's go. Oh, how did that go wide? But you can see we are playing a lot better. It's just annoying that we're losing. So we give a bit of encouragement here. Sorry, I got Salford going on in the background there, 1-0 up. And there you go. He's there again. Wasn't him actually, that was Bitshiabu, in fairness. But we've still got that in our game at the back. I thought getting a quality goalkeeper in might put a stop to that, but it hasn't. It's and I don't see other teams doing it. It just seems to be part of our makeup at the moment, which is a worry, because we are making 2-3 mistakes like that every single game. And this is going to be sorted out, you gits, because this isn't good enough. It's just not good enough. This boy's absolutely awesome. I hope we can keep hold of him for a fair few years. He's got to be the best player in the world, I think, eventually. And that's a cracking ball over the top to Ruiz. Ruiz can do miracles here. Oh, that was a bit greedy, my boy. That was a little bit Mo Salah-ish, wasn't it? Angrisola. Here we go. Oh, nice little chip in. Teklik, we're playing well again. We've settled down. Out wide to Ellets and into Kalami. That's penalty. We'll have that all day long, referee. Thank you very much. Of course, we have to score it, and I don't have a great record with penalties. Right, so that's the easy bit. Now's the hard bit. Who's taking this? Is it Ellison? Ah, Hansen. That's alright. That's a goal. Yeah. Sorry, it looked like my fullback was taking that then, because I know he is like one of my top penalty takers. So and yeah, that equals it up just after half time, so that's good. Going on, we're on attack again here, and that's woeful. Disappointing, and that's he's not going to give it offside, is he? Because the guy. What was that? He's got the... Oh! Angrisola, I take it back. You've just evened the odds up because you've made this... The block that's probably saved us a goal there. It's not 3 points because we're going to get 3 points. I'm confident that we're going to beat this team. I think we're going to be just too good for them over the 90 minutes. which means we're going to lose. And there you go. Oh, I should keep my mouth shut, shouldn't I? I brag us up all the time, and then we look like a bunch of cart horses. Cracking save keeps. Angrasola gets it away to Teklik. Now he's gone long for Ruiz. Ruiz is going to get onto that. Nobody rushing to get in here. Nobody's trying to get there. And Ruiz nearly did it on his own. Why is nobody raring up there? I'm really sorry about that, guys. I've just had a real bad coughing fit. I've had a tickly throat for the last couple of minutes of the game. Hoped I could get to the end. Eyes watering and all here. And we're at 16 minutes. I'm going to have to make some changes in a minute. I've got another injury by the look of that. And there you go. Oh, hit the bar. Come on. I'm going to have a look. Oh, he's coming back up, so he could be just a knock. And we're leaving this a bit late, guys, to sort of win this emphatically, aren't we? So it's Bitshiabu out wide to Elliotson. We're picking up the yellow cards by the look of that. Elliotson turns on the ball, plays it into the middle to Ebert. He's not going to even get for that, is he? Just stood there and waited for it to come to him. First rule of football, attack the ball. Kujal over the top to Ruiz. Ruiz tried to lay it in behind, but it was intercepted. This does look like a bit of an ill-mannered match because most of the players have got yellow nameplates midway through the second half. So I'm going to demand more because we're not doing enough. We're giving the ball away. We're getting sloppy. That's offside, so that's not a problem. And the keeper saved it anyway because we don't trust the referees in this game at all. So after this corner, we're going to make substitutions because the fullback is injured and needs to come off. And that's a block again, that's a corner. So we're going to make these substitutions. Injured, potential thigh injury, so that's probably him out to the end of the season now. And I have to make all my changes now, don't I? So Ruiz, although I thought he's had a good game, he hasn't. If I bring Joel on, I've got one more. And Angrasolo's playing awful and he can't. So it'd have to be Elliotson into the middle, which I don't like doing. I'm not going to, I'm leaving them as they are. He's going to have to put up with 6.3 and I'll get Teklik off. Or Bacardo, nervous. Oh, it's so difficult deciding what to do here. I really want to get, let's give Almada a run out wide and see what happens. So did I do the shout? I did. We're going to go attacking for the last few minutes. I really wanted 3 points here because we got Chelsea last game and this is just our season really in a nutshell. 26 shots, 8 on target, 2.77, 1 goal. And that pretty much sums us up, gents. That's not great. So I'm going to stop this straight away because I want to do the end of season review and I don't want a 45-minute video. So we're safe from relegation. We're going to go away quickly and then come back for the Chelsea game. Final game of the season then at home to Chelsea. We've got 4 first team players out injured then. Just more went out through the week. Victorino and Allingham. On the squad you can see it's just unbelievably bad luck, to be honest. So we'll go straight to the tactical meeting. I've probably got a player or two that I need to change because of injuries. Trifkovic, it is out and Ebert's coming in, and then that means I've only got Thompson to come back in. Okay, so that's pretty much the team. So the team today then is going to be Nikolic in goal, Ellison, Bitshiabu, Angrasola and Kakolj, cross back 4, Bacardo, deep line centre midfield, Ebert and Hansen, central midfield, Mezala, Teklik and Minino, and Ruiz up front. That's a team. I know he's lacking match fitness. He's just come back from injury, but I need to make up the numbers. Teams are warming up. The goalie and 2 of my outfield players can now speak fluent English. And yeah, we're going to enjoy ourselves. This is the last game of the season. There is no pressure. We're playing for nothing. You know, it's just nice to have a game where nothing matters, and I really want to win this one. So yeah. So we've got a couple of changes again today. It's not our best back four. It's not our best midfield. As I've said, we're prone to mistakes, but we're also capable. And there you go. There's a mistake straight away. Never see this in other people's saves. I really don't. And as you can see, the camera's reset while I was updating. I had a phone call, so I had to, because I use my phone for, I'm not going to spend loads of money on a camera yet, so my phone does the job perfectly well until it rings. Of course, that's a long goal. Oh, Hansen. Oh, wide. No, it's in. I'll take it. I thought that went wide, and I thought it bounced back in from the side. We will see now. Either way, it's 1-0. I'm not going to knock it. Well, no, it was a goal. It just hit everybody and everything on the way through. One moment, gentlemen. And that's better. Sorry, I just couldn't be so far away from the action. I meant to be on the touchline, not in top of the stands. And yeah, we've got to hold on to this lead. And oh, that was a let off, guys. Come on. Good coach. And it looks like we're going to be playing well today. As long as we can maintain this, maybe get another goal or two. And this is what we do, guys. It's one of them. Oh, that was a... don't know what that was to or who it was to. But there's sort of... I suppose the halfway is all the draws and the lucky results. The no-show is when we get absolutely... we had that run of bad results. But then when we play well, it's absolutely fantastic to watch. It really is. And I mean, it's going to be interesting here to see whether the new centre-half, whose name escapes me, or ikoliks, gets signing of the season. Because it's going to be between those two. It looks like Joel's... there we go. I thought he's going to have a dig then. Hansen back to Agrisola. Picardo, he can score from there. And he's hit the post. Oh! He hasn't scored enough from there this season. Last season he put a few in, but Bitshabu's over the bar. His head in for a big centre-half is quite wayward at times. So yeah, between ikoliks and the new centre-half, whose name escapes me, signing from Man United. And oh, he's hit the bar again, Bitshabu. We win every header. He should be getting it. He should have that under wraps by now. And here you go. Third time lucky. And no, he's still just going to let it bounce off top of his head. I need to change that around a bit, don't I? Maybe put the other centre half there to win those, because he misses every single one. So half time, we're actually shading this, guys. 1.4. This is Chelsea. And that's what I mean. We can play very well. And as you can see, it's all positive today, all good. There's no harm in anything that we do. Ruiz is playing like a numpty, so he's coming off on the hour. And we give Joel a chance to extend his top scoring streak, because he's going to be our top scorer again this season, I feel. And we might as well make a couple. I'm going to use this. The result's not important, so I'm just going to bring a couple of my youngsters in that needs some game time. So that's 3 in so far. So we'll let this play out a bit to 70, and then we'll make the last couple of changes. And yeah, it's still 1-0. We're letting them get a few chances by the look of this. Who do I want to bring on, guys? Almada's got to come on. He can come on for Teklik. Yeah. No, Kalami. He can come on for a minute. No. And that's it. So that's our changes. That's it for the season. What will be will be. We are letting them get back into this a little bit in the second half. I am going to praise the guys. We're winning 1-0. We're in the last 10 minutes. It's been quite a quiet game, hasn't it? Other than, that initial bit of at the start. where we were hitting the posts and the crossbars and that from our corners. But we've beaten 1-1 at Southampton, bottom of the table. 1-0 at win against Chelsea, 5th in the table. Football, it's a funny old game, isn't it? So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed our running. It's not something I ever want to do again. I'm hoping next season that everything will be a little bit better. So we finished up 15th. Out of interest, I got a feeling that's for the first time ever I finished where the media predicted I would. I'll just check that before we disappear, because I'm not going to hang about, guys. I'm going to go away and count the days until we get to the season review, and then that'll be this wrapped up. Oh no, they didn't have us at 12th at start. They've moved us up to make me look bad. So I'll see you in a minute, guys. And we're back, because we're going to go through these little bits and bobs. We've got 11.58 million for achieving 15th place. We've paid out 1.8 of that to the players and backroom staff. And pretty much squad planning for next season. I don't ever do that. I'll do it myself. So we should be happy with the result. We weren't better. We were, but we weren't in the last 10-15 minutes. Board set initial wage budget of £2 million. That's roughly about what we've got now. And transfer budget of 35. So what's that look like? So we've got 500k in the budget and 35 million to spend. But we don't, do we? See, if I spend it, we're in trouble. Unless the prize money hasn't gone on yet, which I'm hoping it hasn't. I'm hoping now this is going to be season review, because our season is done and dusted. Think through, and there you go, season review. This is what we're here for. Blackburn Rovers, end of season review. The new arrivals. Let's see who the signing of the year was. And it was, you're having a giraffe. It really wasn't. This was signing of the year, I would say. Exceptional talent. 10 appearances only, 5 goals. He's a centre half, remember. 7.34 average rating. He's come in and made a big difference to the back four. He really has, because although you see the 5 goals here, it's a number of goals and interceptions and headers he won in the box. Goalkeeper, he's come in, 23 appearances, no goals obviously, 7.1. Out of interest, he has conceded 22 goals in those 17 appearances. So when he came in, he was the first one in. He came in before Dalton. We were coming towards the end of our really bad run. Angrasola then, 26 million we paid for him. 31 appearances, 3 goals, 1 assist. It doesn't tell you how many mistakes he made, okay? He made a bucket load. Minamino, 37 million, brought him in for 34 appearances, 11 goals. This is a midfield player. 11 goals, 4 assists, so 15 goal contributions from 34 games. He was actually pushing for signing of the season, I'd have said. Of course they're delighted. That was absolutely fantastic. Calamé, we brought him in. I was quite chuffed with him. The board are delighted with him. He's had 12 goals, but I think he's a bargain at 7.5 million, mind, just out of interest. He's at 36 to 46 now. I wasn't impressed with him. Almada, very disappointed. The board are pleased with him. This guy is going to be awesome. He's 23. Can he speak the lingo yet? Because I think that's what's holding him back. He can now speak good English. This guy is going to be awesome. I mean, you don't have stats like that and not do something with it, do you? Maybe a little bit more on the pace, but I think this guy's going to be a good goal scorer. Ebert, wow, well impressed with Ebert. 17 appearances, 11 substitute appearances, 3 goals. He's only just this last week to 10 days learnt the lingo. You and Roger, make-up player from, they're not happy about him, I know they're not. So we got him on a free from Man U. I brought him back off loan from Inverness. I just needed to cover. As you see, he's hardly showed. He did play 1 full game when we had no centre-halves, but he's hardly showed. Bustos was a goalkeeper that we signed because we sold our first-team keeper for 40-odd million, I might say. Ha ha ha. And yeah, when you think that I bought Dragon in for 6, and he's by far the best goalkeeper I've had in this save. Kukolj, wonder kid, 7.25 million. Been quite impressed with him. And Watson, he's one for the future. Okay, keep an eye on him. He's got good stats. He needs a bit of game time, which he's probably struggled to get a little bit this season because of how poorly we performed. Had we been 2 or 3 up in games more often, he would have got more playing time. So players out. We got rid of Paulo Sergio. He was never going to make it. This guy, never heard of him. Don't know who he was, but he's left. Leighton Clarkson, we sold him in the last transfer window. Okay, he threw toys out when I tried to sell him in the summer. He was never good enough for the Premiership, unfortunately. DeFeo, he could have made it, but he didn't want to hang around. And then the rest of these, Flavio, Max Elaine, all players we brought in. Joan Medros threw the toys out, wanted to go to a better team. He wasn't a very good player for us. Luis Fernandez, I was gutted. They met his release fee and out he went. Anderson, he decided he was going to leave at the end of his contract. He had no intention of renewing, so he had to take the money that came for him. Same with Vergara. He threw the toys out the pram over something. I can't remember exactly what it was. A broken promise. That's right. He wanted to play wide centre half in a 3 centre half setup when I played with 4 defenders. So he got really stroppy about that. Sheffield United offered us 45 million. I wasn't going to turn it down. Bonsu, goalkeeper, we sold 41 million. That's the one we replaced eventually with Dragon. So happy with that. Youth player I'd never heard of, was offered 400k. Youth player, 5.5 million to Sheffield United. They must have won the lottery or something to give us 50 million. Loans out, I'm not going to bother with. They're not really that important. Not in the grand picture of things. Alcaraz we brought back because we were short. Roger we brought back for cover. And that was it really. Season results. What a season it's been, guys. We started off not too bad. We started off with a 3-0 win against Man United, which led me to believe that we were going in the right direction and that things were going to look up. Lost 3-2 to Brighton, but I feel we were the better team. Beat Tottenham away 1-0. And I thought, hey, yeah, we're on a go here. Couple of draws, another win. Yep. Couple of defeats against Man City, Liverpool, to be expected, I might add. Come back, Fulham, Wolverhampton, absolutely brilliant. Then the injuries started, and look at this, guys. How I kept my job, I just do not know. So around here somewhere, we decided to change tactics, and we managed to scrape through to stay in the Premiership for the next season. FA Cup, we had a cracking FA Cup run. We were blooming robbed here. I don't care what anybody says. 2 offside goals. They need to work out that if the goal is not between a player and a goal, a defender doesn't make him onside. Because that's how the one goal went in. And a second goal, there was 3 of them offside. So cheated out of it, ref. And Sheffield United, we didn't show up. This was sort of 4th, 5th game in, and maybe that was the early warning that we weren't all that I thought we were. But yeah, we've ticked the boxes, I guess, in a roundabout way. Moments to remember. 7-0 we beat Southend in the FA Cup. That was when we first changed our tactic. Okay, we tweaked it and I thought, hey, up, we're there. Then we lost. We tweaked it a bit more. And then we changed it to the Mezzalas. I keep saying Meslas, don't know why. It's a thing we've got to work. Went to the Mezzalas and yeah. The rest of the season was a blur because it got better. Match to remember, 3-0, first game of the season. And goal of the season, Callum, I can't remember it. I'm sorry, mate. I can't remember it. 1-1. Yeah. Finances, it's going to be crap. It really is. Club reputation hasn't improved. I'm not surprised. No new sponsorship deals. I wouldn't sponsor me at the moment. Not with the way we've played this season. However, annual revenue, sponsorship's gone up over the season, obviously, because we're a Premiership team. Everything else has gone down because when you're fighting relegation, nobody wants to see you. So we didn't do very well in the competitions. We didn't do very well, full stop. Shirt sales, 1.41 million. Ruiz, Teklit, Menino, Egbert, and Hansen, they're all players I've signed, so quite chuffed with that. Let's see if this makes sense. Nikolic, yeah, no doubt about it. Ellison, Bicciabo, no, I wouldn't put Angrosola in there. Ferraoli, yeah. Ricardo, Hansen, Minute, that's our main midfield when there's not going to be anybody else showing, is it? When Trifkovic was fit, he'd have been there, and Menino was out wide instead of Ruiz. Ruiz was up front with Joel, and then we moved him around. And this place was up for grabs with whoever looked to play the best at the time. As you can see, the average ratings tell you everything. Our top goal scorer is Joel with 12 goals, followed by Ants, and that was 2 of the old school. Sorry, I got that wrong. I know it's Menino. Yeah, so not this isn't good enough. Goal returns not good enough. Accolades, fans player of the season. Really, I can't see it. Not for the life of me. But what do I know? Dragon signing as sorry, I did see Dragon. A young player of the season was Dragon. I thought he'd get it. I really did. Signing of the season has gone to Jose Angel Angresola, and I don't agree with it at all. In fact, I'm really tempted to sell the git. I really am. Maximiliano Calamai, goal of the season. Don't remember it. Top goal scorer is Joel. Most assists. That tells you something. Oh no, that's a young lad that came in. He was good at times, really good. I thought it was him again, Jose Angel. Sorry, threw me a bit there. Isaac Hansen, player of the match. Highest average rating, Dragon. Since he came in, for your goalie to be the highest rating, it tells you what sort of defence you've got, doesn't it? And most passes completed, Picardo. Again, it's nice to see a midfield player getting the most passes in a team rather than the defenders. If it was passes to the opposition, all my defenders would be there. Highest transfer fee received, Luis Fernandez, 45 million. It was a release clause, couldn't do anything about it. History in the making. Started badly and it got worse and it got worse and it got worse, and we managed to salvage it right at the end. Manager timeline, I'm not really interested in my timeline, guys. It's what it is. Okay, big spender, £152 million transfer spending mark as Blackburn manager, but we brought 148 million in. Okay, so that's only a 4 million that I've spent in my opinion. I don't know how you guys work it out, but I thought if we spend 152 but recoup 148, I've only spent 4 million, which is a fraction of the budget I've even got now. So, and then you've got Kakolj. I did say he'd made the NXGN Next Generation list. He's number 6 superstar in the world. And that's it, guys, for this season. Whew, what a season it was. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this with me. I love making these videos, I really do. If you've enjoyed it, leave us a like, drop us a subscription, and we'll see you next season, maybe with a slightly different team, and hopefully with a lot of slightly different results. You all take care. Thank you.